This is Abdulaziz and today we're going to work on some vocab and the grammar, page 71, unit 6, traveler 6. So for today, guys, we're going to work on some vocab and the grammar. So the first part of the lesson for today is about phrasal verbs. So as I said, phrasal verb means like verbs plus prepositions, verb plus prepositions. So read the following extract from the interview that you heard in the listening. So this is related to the listening section. So let's look at the sentence here. The sentence says, if you suffer from asthma, that it could bring an attack. So here means lead to. Here means lead to. B. So B says, match the phrasal verbs in bold with their meanings. Match the phrasal verbs in bold with their meanings. So we have list of sentences here. So and then we have a meaning on the right. So we need to match them. So we have also let's say phrasal verbs here written in bold. So we need to match them with their sentences here. So number one. I was brought up in a very strict household. So here, brought up. So brought here, the past tense of bring. So the answer here means to raise as a child. To raise a child. Number two. With that attitude, he will bring out his own downfall. With that attitude, he will bring about his own downfall. So which is to cause something to happen, to cause something to happen. Number three, he doesn't want to go to the market, but I'll bring him around. I'll bring him around, which is to convince, to persuade, to convince someone to change their mind. So, number four, seeing the old swing brought back many fond memories of childhood. So here, brought back means to cause to remember, to cause to remember. Again, brought means, or brought is the past tense of bring, as the past tense of bring. So number five, even though we both have two jobs, neither of us bring in enough money to survive. So here, bring in means to earn, to get money, to earn, to get money. So now let's move to the second part of the vocabulary lesson, guys, which is expressions with put. So again, expressions means like words come together to give like specific meaning and mostly not literal meaning. So ما تعطي عبارات تختلف عن المعنى الحرفي. لو تترجمها المعنى الحرفي ما يعطيك المعنى الصحيح. So here the peppermint put the athletes in a good mood. Put the athletes in a good mood. So B. So we have here like list of phrases here that comes with put. So these like expressions. So what we have to do is to complete the sentences with the noun in the box. So these are list of nouns, مجموعة من الأسماء. We need to put them like with the right space or with the right sentence. So number one, my father is putting on me to go to night school. So here means pressure. So to put the pressure on someone, which means to try forcefully or try to persuade. So here, try to persuade. Number two, someone has to put to all this needless waste. So here, stop. To put a stop means to stop continuing, to stop continuing. Three, I hate it when people put blame on others and don't take responsibility for their mistakes. So here, put the blame mean accuse somebody. Number 4, you can really tell that he put a lot of effort into building that tree. So number 5, they have put so much money into their house that it's worth twice as much when they bought it. So here put so much money means they invest. So again, guys, we have talked about the let's say phrasal verb that comes with let's say that comes with bring, and then we have talked about expressions with put, and now we're doing the inversion. So inversion means like putting the verb before the subject. So usually we do it in questions. Okay, when we want to form a questions, we put the verb before the subject. But in this situation, it's a bit different, guys. So we put it like to give a negative or restrictive meaning, and also it's not a question. So inversion means what? الجمل المعكوسة يا شباب، الجمل المعكوسة. فنبدأ بدل ما نبدأ بالفاعل نبدأ بالفعل، حتى what for? To emphasis on something، حتى يكون في إيش؟ تأكيد على الشيء. So when some words or expressions usually with a negative or restrictive meaning, so هنا means معنى سلبي أو معنى مقيد, are at the beginning of the sentence is formed like a question. So it looks like a question but it's not. So شكل الجملة راح يكون كصيغة سؤال لكن ليس سؤال. The auxiliary is placed before the subject. So الفعل يكون قبل الفاعل. This is called inversion and is used for emphasis. يستخدم للتأكيد. So here we have, guys, like word and was and expressions that comes with a sentence. And so let's see never. Never means before. So here the sentence says, never in my life had I felt so embarrassed. So here means before. Rarely. So rarely does he use his credit card. So if you noticed, so this is the auxiliary, comes before the subject or the pronoun here, the pronoun. So if you don't have like, if you want to switch it, like if you don't want to use the inversion, so you can say he uses his credit card. So he uses his credit card. But when somebody asks you to rewrite the sentence using the inversion, you can say rarely does he use his credit card. Seldom, hardly ever, when, no sooner than, only, not only but also, not even once, not until, on no account, under no circumstances, by no means, in no way, nowhere, little. So here the examples: no sooner I had told him the news than everybody in the village knew it. So the second one, only when you see her, will you realize how much she had or she has changed. So again, if you remove this part or the word here or the phrase, it will look like a question but without a question mark. So here, this is the idea of the inversions. This is هذه فكرة الجمل المعكوسة. Only in an emergency should you dial 999. Not only did I lock the door, but I also secured the windows. Not even once did he look in this direction, not until I saw him in person, did I realize how tall he was. So now we have a questions here. Says rewrite the sentence using inversion and the word given. So here are, as you see here, the word that we need to use. So here we have account, circumstances, only, hardly, rarely, means, sooner, even. So we need to use them in order to rewrite the sentence using inversion. So you should not use a mobile phone in the library. So you can say here, on no account should you use a mobile phone in the library. Number 2, we cannot leave the hall before the speaker has finished his lecture. So here the word circumstances. So you can say, under no circumstances can we leave the hall before the speaker has finished his lecture. Number 3, you will understand the tragedy when you see the pain on the children's faces. So here, only when you see the pain on the children's faces, you will you understand the tragedy. So we had just started our picnic. It started raining heavily. So hardly had we started our picnic when it started raining heavily. I seldom write letters nowadays. So rarely do I write sentences nowadays. Number 6, it's not only or certain that we will win tomorrow's games. So by no means it's certain that we will win tomorrow's game. Claire had just a switch on her computer when there was a power cut. So no sooner had Claire switch on her computer than there was a power cut. So هنا no sooner يعني ما في وقت لما استخدمت اللابتوب الكهرباء انقطعت. So she didn't answer a single question in a class during the whole term. Not even a single question did she answer the class during the whole term. So this is all about the inversion, guys. So again, inversion means putting the verb before the subject. Usually we do it in a question, but here in this situation, it's a bit different. It give us like restrictive or negative meaning. So to sum up, guys, we have talked today about the phrasal verb that comes with a bring, and then the expressions that with but, and then we talked about inversions, and then we have done some questions, or we have practiced a little bit about inversions. So thank you for your watching.